How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today I bring you an update on the Huawei and Google situation. Now, I did a video yesterday talking about how the U.S. government and the executive order signed by Trump has basically blocked the Chinese company Huawei from doing business with any U.S. company. That means Google. That means any company that may serve them hardware for their telecom equipment, or anything like that. So effective almost immediately, you're going to have some drastic changes in the way that we over here in the States do business with one of the biggest cell phone and telecom manufacturers in the entire world, Huawei. The U.S. Commerce Department, as of today, which is Tuesday, May 21st, 2019, has issued a 90-day kind of a grace period to Huawei to allow them to do business with U.S. companies, or rather, the grace period was issued to the U.S. companies to do business with Huawei, which means that U.S. companies are able to sell Huawei hardware or parts of hardware so they can continue to maintain their existing telecom networks that they provide service to all over the world, because Huawei is the biggest telecom provider in the world. Also, U.S. companies are able to give updates to cell phones that exist out there in the wild right now. So your Google Maps, your Gmail, your YouTube will still be updated. Now, it was kind of confusing because I thought that it would be updated regardless. There wouldn't be a problem with that. But apparently, Google and other companies that may service Huawei were blocked from providing updates to existing phones. However, there is still no clear way to have new Huawei devices that have not been released equipped with U.S. parts or to be loaded with U.S. software. Okay, so it can't buy chips. They can't get anything on a non-existing device from the U.S. right now. It's possible to get it, but it requires a license and it'll probably be denied. So it's effectively banned from any new Huawei device. So as of right now, until August, if you have a Huawei phone like I do, like I said before, this is not a commercial. I got two Huawei phones. I got the P20 Lite and the Honor 7A. These are great phones. I'm confident in them. I'm not worried about the spying allegations, but I'll get to that in a moment. If you have a Huawei phone right now and you live in the U.S. or anywhere else where you have Google, your Google products will still continue to be updated. If you have non-Google products, I'm not really sure how this is going to work. It'll probably work the same way as Google if it's a U.S. company, because U.S. companies are pretty much banned from updating, but not until after the 90 days is up. But the 90-day little license or grace period could be extended beyond that time, because let's get back to the meat and potatoes of the whole situation. This is about the trade war. The government will say it's about security concerns from Huawei. The Chinese government is spying. That could be true. It may not be true. It doesn't really matter. The whole point is this is part of the trade war, because Huawei is really destroying Apple right now. They overtook them about 18 months ago as the #2 cell phone manufacturer in the world. They're right behind the South Korean company Samsung, which is pretty much in bed with Google directly with their Galaxy phones. And they also, Huawei that is, produce the most amount of telecom equipment in the world. So you're talking about a lot of cell phone networks, landline networks, internet. Also, if I'm not mistaken, these are dependent upon Huawei. So that's what it's about. It's about a trade war. It's not about security. You know, that's not even, that's an ancillary issue at best, an outright farce and a lie at worst. Again, 90 days. That is the grace period. If you have a Huawei device, you're good at least until August to get updates. If you are looking forward to a new Huawei phone and you want to have YouTube as far as the app and Gmail, the app, good luck with that. You're not going to have it on a new phone as of right now, unless we're able to get these trade negotiations settled and have those products be allowed to be on a device if this whole ban is rescinded after we get a good trade deal and the tariffs or whatever else is going on come to an end. If you do not have Google apps on your phone, you're still able to access Gmail and YouTube through the browser. So you'll still be able to access Google products, but you won't have Google apps or the Play Store again if this ban continues to be upheld past 90 days on a new device. If you have an existing device with those on there, you're good to go. You will be updated with security updates and everything else until August 1st. And at that point, it may be extended or this whole ban may be totally rescinded altogether. So that is pretty much all I got. What say you? Do you think that this ban is truly about security, or is it about a trade war? Is it about money? Like I said before in the previous video, we have way too much Chinese crap in this country, but Huawei phones, in my opinion, are great phones. This is not an ad. I'm not getting paid to say it. I'm just giving my humble opinion. I don't like Apple products, and I had Apple products for a long time. I had an iPod Touch, I had a MacBook Pro, and I had an iMac. I did work on them for about 10 years as a graphic designer, and they started to become more restrictive, not being able to be updated, way too expensive, too many security flaws. It was just a mess. And I feel like other phones that give me the performance I really want are overpriced. The Huawei phones are good money. I'm more concerned about some of the software that comes from the US. The tracking that happens on your browser when you're going from page to page. It's so crazy now that some of these apps like your Facebook, Twitter, or whatever, the ads are so sophisticated, they can tell if a woman is pregnant before she even knows. Okay, so I'm more worried about that. I'm worried about Alexa listening to my phone conversations, and also whatever Google has, that little thing you could talk to. I think that is the most pressing issue right now. If we're going to talk about security, not Huawei itself. I feel like Huawei is more concerned with making money and less about spying. Could the government from China be involved with spying? Sure. But let's just talk about security and have everything be under the umbrella of it and not just one particular company because they come from China and we're involved with the trade war. But whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.